Making your closure wig look like a frontal wig is truly an art form because you get the best of both worlds. The look of a frontal without the heavy maintenance. Whether you want the big and fluffy look or the wet look, this 5x5 closure has you covered. I'll be showing you step by step on how to turn your closure wig into a deep side part wig to mimic a frontal wig. Thank you for clicking, and I hope you keep watching.
This time I'll be cute for it.
For this look, we'll be working with Alipearl today, and these are some of the gifts they include in their boxes. We have a 5x5 HD lace closure wig in 24 inches. The texture is deep wave. We have adjustable straps and also combs in the sides and the back of the wig. Close up of the closure, the knots already come bleached. As you can see, the knots are tiny. Like, this is some really good quality lace, and I just know that this lace is going to melt into my skin. On to customizing, I'm just going to put the wig on my canvas head, and I'm going to make sure that the back is all the way flush to the head, and we're just going to turn the closure to the side. Whichever side you want the deep side part to be on, that's what side you slide it to. And that's about where you would want it to be on the mannequin head. And you want to take some T-pins and secure that lace on there so nothing moves while you're customizing. I'm also putting a T-pin in the back for extra security. So I'm using my parting comb to create a really deep C part. And this process actually takes quite a bit of time to perfect it. So take your time, make sure your part is in the right place. You're going to start parting towards the hair that's going to lay in your face. You want that side of the part to be less lace, and then the part by your ear, you want it to be the most lace, if that makes sense. I'm going to make sure that all the tracks are covered and make sure that part is as straight as we can get it. Like I said, it's going to take some time to perfect it, but just make sure those tracks are covered in the back and you are good to go. As you can see, most of the lace is by your ear, and then we just have a tiny bit of lace on the other side. So I'm going to clip that out the way and begin flattening everything out. I'm just going to use my wax stick and my hot comb. And again, this is another part that takes time. This is not the last time you're going to be using your hot comb. You're going to be using your hot comb all throughout the customizing process. I'm using my flat iron to make sure that every side on each part is flattened. And also the hair is molded down to cover the tracks in the back.
Is somebody gonna match my freak? Is somebody gonna match my freak? Is somebody gonna match my nasty? I got stamina, they say I'm an athlete. Is somebody gonna match my freak?
Moving on to plucking, I'm just taking a small section in the front and we're gonna separate the rest of the hair. Now, I use water when I pluck. I just feel like it's so much easier. I know some people pluck dry, but I just feel like when you wet the hair really good, it makes the hairs come out easier. If you are a beginner, I recommend you plucking dry, but if you have been plucking for a little while and you know what you're doing and you know you're not going to over pluck, then plucking wet is the fastest way to do it. So how I'm plucking very sporadically. I'm not staying in one place for a long period of time. That's how you get balding. I'm plucking then moving, plucking then moving, plucking then moving, and pushing the hair back so I can see exactly how much hair is coming out. And plucking takes time, so take your time on this part. Don't rush it. You want this side to be as natural as possible because this is the side that's going to be by your ear. And I frequently check my work by combing the hair out that I plucked just to get it out of the way to see how much I actually plucked out of that section. I'm gonna take that part right there where I just plucked, and you're gonna actually part where the thickness is starting. So you can look at it after you get done plucking. That's the amount of hair that we took out of that first section. Again, spray it down with your water, comb it out, make sure it's flat, have a good grip on your mannequin head, and go ahead and pluck that section. You're going to repeat these steps about 3 or 4 times until you are happy with how everything is laying on that side. Checking my work, I'm just going to comb everything back to see if I like how everything is laying. And it looks really, really good. This is about how much you want it to be plucked. You don't want to over pluck, but you want it to be a little spacey in the front. I'm just combing all of the hair that I plucked out, and this is the amount of hair that you want to look for when you're plucking. Now that I combed everything back, I'm going to work on the very front of the hair, and I want to get rid of that like boxy line in the front. So I'm going to pluck in the very front to make that line appear more sporadic as well. On to the other side. This side is not going to be showing much, so you don't really have to pluck section by section. I'm just going to pluck out a little bit just so it matches the other side. I'm going to comb it back to check your work to make sure everything looks good on the other side, and that's what we have after we get done plucking. I'm going to begin the molding process, so I'm just swooping everything to make sure I like how the baby hairs are sitting, and I feel like they're still a little too thick, so I'm going to actually go ahead and section out the baby hairs and pluck those out a little bit so they appear more natural. So I'm going to take my olive spritz and I'm going to continue with the molding process. You're going to do the exact same thing you did with the wax stick. I'm just spraying everything down and making sure everything is laying flat and exactly how I want it to be. I'm going to curl my baby hairs under with my hot comb just a little bit to see where exactly I want to cut the baby hairs and where exactly I want everything to fall. You want to make sure you're not cutting straight across. Make sure the baby hairs are jagged so it doesn't look harsh when you style them. Taking my Lotta Body foam, and I'm going to begin swooping the baby hairs and molding the whole hairline. You want to have a light hand when you do this when working with mousse if you have a very, very light hand. Again, spraying some spritz on the other side and just molding everything down to make sure everything is going to stay. this part is really a freestyle. You can do your baby hairs however you want to do. I prefer like a bigger swoop at the top and then my baby hairs to be a little thick as well. And then the sideburn directly under it. After molding everything, this is how it looks. So we're going to put this wig under the dryer to set in everything. And I'm going to clip this away just so it lays flat while it's drying. I'm going to use my Alipearl silk band and I'm going to put it under the dryer for about 20 minutes. And now it's time to install. So you want to put the wig on regular and you want to turn it all the way to the side so your sideburns are lined up to the side of your ear. Now I have a low hairline, so my baby hairs are always right by my eyebrows. But if you have a lot of space on your forehead, then it wouldn't be that close on you. I'm going to clip some hair out of the way, and at this point you can kind of feel that the ear tab is a little uncomfortable. I'm going to show you guys how to fix that in 1 second. Going to cut off our lace with our tiny scissors, and you want to cut off in a zigzag motion, and also take your time with this part. We're going to pause when you get to the baby hair part, and we're going to just comb out the baby hair to comb out that cast so we can lift it up and we can cut the lace underneath. Sometimes you may have to pull it up and clip it away just so you won't cut your baby hair off when you're trying to cut the lace off. If you do cut some hair off while you're cutting the lace, it's perfectly okay. You can always go back and fix your mistakes. I actually cut too much off of my sideburns. I'm going to show you guys in a second. And I also show you guys how to fix the mistake. So after we cut the lace off, this is how everything is laying. Everything looks super cute. Like there's no glue on here and it still is laying really, really good. Like where's the lace? This is some really, really good HD lace. The knots are small. Like I had no problem installing this wig whatsoever. Just gonna fix my baby hairs and lay them down a little bit. So I'm gonna zoom in and show you guys exactly how to cut the ear tab off. Because this part is probably the most difficult part of the style. So you want to separate the lace and the actual wig. So you see where that tab is, you want to cut directly straight back, and that's going to make room for your ear. And you want to keep cutting until you feel like it's comfortable for your ear and it's not poking you. I feel like that was good enough, so I'm going to pull down and see if that's comfortable for me. As you can see right there, I cut off some of my sideburns, but I'll show you guys how to fix that in 1 second. The part of the actual wig cap, you're going to just tuck that behind your ear and it's super comfortable. If I was to do this on somebody else, I would sew that part down. I'm going to be using my boho and I'm going to just trace out exactly where I need that glue. You just want to look at the actual lace to see where you want to lay your glue. If you have to pull it down a little bit to see if you need to put the glue further, however you need to do to make sure that you don't put glue where you don't need it. I'm using a flat surface just to make sure that glue is laying flat and spreading it out towards the back of the lace so you can get a good hold. After I let the glue turn clear a little bit, I'm just going to lay down my lace and I'm going to take a comb and press down the lace just so everything is sticking. I took down some extra hair for the sideburns to disguise the part where I cut, and I'm just taking some hairspray and molding that down. I'm going to take that same silk scarf and tie it down for about 5 to 10 minutes to make sure everything is locked in place. After we take the silk scarf off, this is how everything is looking, and it is so pretty. I wanted to show you guys how it looks before I wet the hair down, and I actually really like it. I prefer it to be big and fluffy like this. I went and wet the hair down and added some mousse off camera, and this is how it's looking. This is also very, very pretty. You guys, so this is the final look. I put a clip right here just because the hair was in my eyes a little bit. This was super easy to install. It's easiest when you customize everything on your mannequin first and then install it. My install process was probably like 5 minutes. You can actually define this hair to where it has a few spiral curls in it. I just took my Denman brush and brushed it straight down at an angle, and I got some like spiral curls like this throughout the hair very randomly, which I think looks very natural when all the curls aren't so uniform. As always, thank you guys so much for watching. If you made it to the end, comment the word green down below. Be sure to subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. Make sure to leave a like and a comment because it really does help my channel out. I will see you guys in the next video.